What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today I just want to talk about how people who are racist towards black people, those type of people, and people who are prejudiced towards black people, those people are less than. They're almost in the subhuman category. They are the least evolved amongst us Homo sapiens. Like, I just want you guys to really sit back and think about it. Everybody, for whatever reason, everybody wants to hate on us. Every group wants to hate on us, right? While also needing us at the same time. They, within their own communities, they revel over our culture. They emulate us. They try their best to come as close to us as possible. They admire us from afar, and they admire us in our faces, right? The ones that are like our allies, they get extra weird with their admiration sometimes, and it makes us feel uncomfortable. Then the ones that you can tell that's obviously jealous, they get extra weird with their over jealous tendencies, right? And then all the other races, right, that are clearly victims of white supremacy, they're still like so jacked up in their head that even though they're being spat on by white people, while they're being spat on by white Europeans and being made fun of, without shame, they march towards white people. They smile in their faces and they tell them, I'm going to be the best POC I possibly can so you can accept me. While they're talking to the white man is hawk spitting phlegm in their faces as these POCs smile, and Republicans smile in their faces and said, thank you for the lubrication. I appreciate it. My skin was dry anyway. Like, they should be embarrassed at how, like, any group of melanated people who are actually actively against black people, who have never done anything to them. Like, keep in mind, black people have done nothing but be hospitable to all races that come into black spaces. To the point to where even black people complain about it. Like, damn, when everybody come in our communities, they can just come and they ain't got to worry about nothing, but then black people be fighting each other, blah, blah. We even complain about how nice we are to everybody else when they come in our circles. You got video after video of white people telling their experiences when they first encounter black people in a social setting, and they love it. It's like the most magnificent, awesome thing ever, right? Same with Asians, same with, like, all of them. All the ones that got to experience black culture, real black culture, not commercialized black culture, but real black culture, they all love it. Every one of them got a great story. Every one of them wants to go back. Every one of them is addicted, right? Every one of them. But when you hear black people go to these countries, right, it's always, for the most part, be 50-50. Oh, half of them was racist. Half of them was unwelcoming. And then you get their group, they get offended. They say, all of us are not racist. Yeah, but a lot of you are, because your culture, you've capitulated to the white power structure. The racist Asians, they want to be white so fucking bad. They're the #1 bleachers in the world. They bleach themselves and get rid of their melanin so they can be closer to white. They get surgeries so they can undo their hippocampus eyes so they can be more round. Like, they really be tripping. And while they doing all this, white people are doing everything they can to be black, right? They kill themselves to be black. They go out here and they get they let UV rays destroy their skin so they get browner, right? Now they got melanated shots and shit. Like, the whole POC world, they have such self-hate for themselves and their culture, right? Like Indian people, like certain Indian people, right? Asian people, they rather capitulate and try to get acceptance from white culture, right? But they get the real heart fulfillment from black culture, right? Because it's the black culture that they actually love. The black culture makes them feel good. Because a lot of these Asians and these POCs, if you look at their culture, they ain't got no community like black people. They're like, if you look at the countries where they're from, and you look at how society is run, how their government run, how society run, how their social structure is built, they ain't got nothing on African people. They ain't no going up in the countryside and getting a bunch of love from the entire village. It ain't a bunch of villagers taking care of each children. It ain't a bunch of, they ain't got it like that. It's dog eat dog in the Asian world for the most part. They don't got this sense of community like we got. They don't get together, even with their music. Their music, and I'm not just talking about Asian people, I'm talking about Asians. When I say Asian, I'm talking about Indians, the whole Asian world, the European world, all of them. When they gather together and you listen to their music ain't got no soul in it like ours. Like, listen to their music, listen to other people's music that comes from them. Ain't no soul in that. Like, when you hear it, it doesn't make you, it doesn't move you. It doesn't move you, but our music moves everybody's soul because we are the soul people. Our food got soul in it. The way we move got soul in it. The way we talk got soul in it. And everybody want that soul. But what they don't want to get treated like black people because they know how white people treat black people. Because they see white people as the dominant, like imperial force. They know they don't even like white people while trying to kiss white people's ass, right? And they figure, oh, if I just talk shit about the black people, you know, the black people who I love and admire from afar and wish I can be like and emulate in every fucking facet of society. And I'm talking about cultural wide. Even though they do all that, they say, I got to talk shit about this black guy so the white people see that I'm cool. But they get laughed at by these white people. No one, because when they do it, they soft as shit. That's once you can't see one thing about the white man. Once the white man know you'll go get your own group or other POCs, they know you're a soft, weak ass dude. And they're going to take advantage of you because you're one of the weak ones. You're the crack in the foundation they can get to. But you know, us black folks, man, we just, I wouldn't want to be anything but black. Honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be anything but black. All that hate, they ain't nothing but jealousy. They're jealous of everything that we do. They're jealous of everything we're capable of. We should, listen, we're the parents of civilization. We should have more. Your parents was always smarter, wiser, stronger than you. That's how it's supposed to go. We are the parents of humanity. We've been doing it 99.99% longer than everybody else. We literally been on this planet for millions of years doing this living shit, this struggling shit, this surviving shit. All these other races, barely 100,000 years they've been around. Barely 100,000 years. They still infants in this whole trying to be a human thing. We're seasoned veterans on trying to be this human thing. So I guess we gotta give them some time to evolve up to what we are. Because they spend so much time trying to tell us how uncivilized we are, when in actuality, if we weren't civilized, then they wouldn't have all our ancient civilized shit in their museums while they worship it and do weird shit. They probably out there man, I bet you they do weird shit like lick mummies and shit. Like they do that. They be doing weird shit. You know, they probably got like rituals where they like put tunics on and light candles and like pray and like weird tongue languages over like black bodies and black ancient artifacts. You know, they do shit like that. It's weird, right? And we black people, we have to deal with all these fans we got around the world that absolutely love us. They can't live without us. They can't live without our food. They can't live without our culture. They can't live without our sense of community. They can't live without the power of our protest, the power of our voice, the power of our influence. But they can't stop hating us because they really want that white guy to accept them because it's the white people that's in charge. But guess what? All these fucking people, these POCs and these coons that want to capitulate to white power because they're afraid of white people and they want their acceptance too. One day, I want you guys to realize that white people are losing power. The Europeans are losing power. Africans will be the dominant force on this planet. We're on our way. And what's going to happen when Africans are the dominant force on the planet, where they got the #1 economies on the planet, when we have the biggest, most powerful, most capable militaries on the planet? Because guess what? Guess what? Those European countries use Africans to fight World War I and II for them, the same way America used black people to fight those wars for them. See, people don't know that African people, on behalf of European allies, was over there fighting and winning all them goddamn battles on behalf of Europe and ain't get no fucking credit. How about that? That's some history you ain't never heard about. It's always been that Europeans have always went and Arabs have always went to grab Africans because we are the true weapons of mass destruction once we get into our lower vibration of battle readiness. Once we like, fuck it, we ready for battle, nobody's fucking with us. Give us the same weapons everybody else got. Give us the same equal opportunity for battle. Give us the same equipment. Nobody's fucking with us. Sports is supposed to be practicing war. Look at sports. Nobody's fucking with us. That's just what it is. Give us a chessboard and it's a battle of minds. When we get to play, Nobody's fucking with us, and they all know it, and they always use us. And see, now we're starting to realize this shit. They use us. They take everything we got, yet they don't appreciate us. They do appreciate us. They just don't want us to appreciate us. Because once we appreciate us and realize we got all the power, all the tools, all the resources, all the intellect, all the physical power to dominate and do anything we want on this planet, if we all collectively decide, you know what, fuck it, we're going to do that. They don't want us to come to that realization. But guess what? We are coming to that realization, and there's nothing they can do. The only thing they should do right now is start to capitulate to the changing of the guard, because at this moment it's happening. I ain't talking about Chinese. I'm talking about they not taking over. They're going to have their moment. The Chinese got their moment economically. But when Africa comes on deck, when these you see all these visa requirements being lifted in Africa. Once every one of these African countries, or at least all the major African countries, lift the visa requirements for people to be able to travel freely, and so people can travel and do business economically without all the goddamn red tape, it's game over for everybody. And we're on the road to do it. It may not happen in, well, I didn't think any of this was going to happen in my lifetime, but it may not happen. It may not fully come to fruition in my lifetime, but I guarantee it's going to come full tuition in my children's lifetime. My children, our children, will see a world where African people are respected and they're on the top economically, socially, and militarily. It's going to happen. And what kind of fucking attitude are all these POCs, all these countries that have been disrespecting black people for fucking years because they want to capitulate to white power? Let's see what kind of fucking attitude they have when Africa's on top. Anyway, that's all I got to say. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach them. I'm out.